Hello and namaskar, my dear friends. I am Prashant Mamani and I warmly welcome all of you to StudyIQ. I hope you all are doing good. On your screen, you can see the pen drive and tablet courses that we offer. If you want to know more about it, all you have to do is check out StudyIQ.com. With this, dear friends, identify the person that you can see on your screen. The reason why I provide you with this sorts of, you can say, pictures or picture challenge is these pictures, they do have a direct as well as indirect connection with your syllabus. Let's move ahead and let's see what we have got in today's PIB. The first item that we have is coming from Ministry of Defense. Now the good news is that we have launched a new submarine called Crunch, and this is the third Scorpion class submarine constructed by Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited. This ship basically, or this submarine, is constructed in India. We are doing this with the help of our very important partner, defense partner, France, and we are working in collaboration with France, and France is providing us with this transfer of technology. The thing is that, see dear friends, what we have, we can produce or we can manufacture things, right? This is something that you can call as India's strength. The other thing is that we have labors, right? We have skilled people, we have semi-skilled people, we have unskilled people. So we have this range of human resources in our country. The only problem that we have is, and when you talk about this sorts of submarines, right? You know, they are high-end and they require top-notch quality when you have to build this types of latest submarines. So of course, when you do it by yourself, the thing is that it is going to take ages and ages. You have to start from the scratch. But if you have a partner like France who is ready to provide you or ready to transfer this technology of submarine making, then this is means what else can we ask for, isn't it? And one more thing that I would like to add here is that the reason, right, it is not just about transfer of technology, it is not just about make in India. This deal, or the way our partnership is going on with France, it has some strategic angles as well. Now remember, a couple of weeks ago I provided you with a question, and that question was pertaining to this island called Reunion Island. This island is in Indian Ocean, and you know that we have been talking about this Indian Ocean. We have talked about it, in fact, many a times. And when it comes to Indian Ocean, right, India is a country that is very much concerned about Indian Ocean. We want to make sure that Indian Ocean is free for everyone, right? Everyone can freely navigate in this Indian Ocean, as far as their passage is for peaceful purpose, or if it is for, you can say, for merchant navy, for something that is basically promoting, you can say, this international trade, right? So as far as things are done, or transportation or your presence in Indian Ocean is for peaceful purpose, for the development of the world and things like that, then India is not India is supportive if you are doing something right. But if you are constructing this dual purpose ports like China, for example, then this is something that India is going to make it, you are going to face a bit of friction from India, and India will try its level best to stop you. And as we know now that Reunion Island, a small piece of island that you find nearby Mauritius, right, a little bit in the south, of course, as you go down from the equator, as you head towards the southern side, then you find this Reunion Island. And the reason why I have not provided, it would be very easy for me to provide you a map of Reunion Island, but I want you guys to recall that image in your mind, because that is the thing. This is the whole purpose of providing you maps, right? So recall that image. And if you are new to this thing, right, if you are new on board, then I would say that just open your atlas and try to find where Reunion Island is in Indian Ocean. What will happen is that when you will scan this portion of Indian Ocean, you will come across many other countries as well. And this is how you prepare for Well, this is how you prepare for your exams, as well as this is how you read maps. Anyways, let's go through some other important bits and pieces that we find in today's PIB. Now, the thing is that this submarine, right, was launched by Mrs. Reena Lanba, who is the wife of our admiral, and she is also the president of Navy Wives Welfare Association, and she recited this whole inauguration, or you can say this launching process was done in a traditional way, and Sanskrit sloks from Atharva Ved were also recited during this ceremony. Now this Karanj will go through many rigorous trials and tests, and once it has passed all these trials and tests, only then it will be commissioned in Indian Navy. The old Karanj played a very important role in 1971 war, the war fought between India and Pakistan, and it was about this Bangladesh, right? The outcome of this 1971's war is Bangladesh. Earlier on, this portion was known as Eastern Pakistan, and I think you might have watched a movie called Ghazi Attack. A very interesting movie. It is basically running around this 1971 war. So this old Karanj served Indian Navy for 34 years, from 69 to 2003, and back in 2017, December 2017, we launched this. This INS Calvary was basically commissioned, right? When you say launched and when you say commissioned, this is altogether different thing. When you say commissioned, then we are talking that now, from now on, this INS Calvary, from 14 December 2017, INS Calvary is used by Indian Navy. It is ready for, it is finally inducted in Indian Navy. And when you say launched it, so basically trials and tests and things like that are going on. So same thing applies with this INS Kanderi. This is also a Scorpion class submarine, and if you want to know more about this INS Calvary and this Scorpion submarines and why it matters that much for our country, then I have delivered special video lectures on this INS Calvary. You find it in Hindi as well as English. With this, dear friends, Prime Minister launched the first Khelo India School Games. Remember, a couple of days ago we talked about this Khelo India anthem that was launched by our sports minister. So now we have launched this Khelo India School Games, and the Prime Minister said that sports should occupy a central place in the lives of the youth of our country, as it is an important means of personality development. Dear friends, if you guys are preparing for a particular exam in which you have to face this personality test, or you can call it interview, then I would recommend all of you to do start playing some sort of sport. It could be anything you like, right? It could be say, for example, if you don't have that much time, then you can also play badminton in your garden, or maybe some nearby place. It's not necessary that you have to play only cricket. I have nothing against cricket, but there are many sports, and you should pick a sport that fits with your body type, that fits with your education schedule and things like that, right? So, and it's not necessary that you go out. There are many things that you can play indoor as well, but the thing is that when you start playing, or what happens basically when you start doing some sort of this sort of physical sports, right, then it will keep you healthy. First of all, the more healthy you are, the better you will be able to perform. You would be having altogether different level of energy, and this will help you immensely, right? I'm repeating myself, it will help you immensely with your studies as well. Trust me, you will have a competitive edge when you do some sort of physical exercise. It's not necessary that you have to join expensive gyms, not at all. You can have just as a skipping rope with you, and you can do your exercise anytime you like. 15-20 minutes is more than enough to keep you going, to keep you a bit fit. But you should do something, right? You should do something. This is you can say a sort of tip for how to crack exams, because all these things, right, all this read between the line things helps quite a lot. He talked about this thing as well, that if India has to grow on the world stage, then it's not necessary that we are doing better only in military and economic spheres. We have to work in this art, science and sports as well. He said that this is not just about winning medals, or sport is not about winning medal, or this Khelo India is not just about winning medals. It is a sort of mass movement. And he also talked about Guru Ravidas. Guru Ravidas is considered as one of the greatest saints that we have, that we basically this country of India had. And this Guru Ravidas Jayanti was celebrated, and Prime Minister also paid his tribute to Guru Ravidas. And the thing is that, dear friends, he stood for the most important part is this, that why we celebrate, or why Government of India is talking about Guru Ravidas, because saints, right, this is a very interesting thing, that saints normally they are out of society. And when we say out of society, it does not mean that they should not be married and things like that. We have seen many saints, they were married, they were having family, but then as well they reached the highest spiritual level. So anyways, we are not going in those details, but here you find this is very interesting, that saints have contributed in the development of society, and this is the reason why you find this sort of questions in your exams as well. So Guru Ravidas stood for society that is equal, compassionate and just, and he was also against this archaic and regressive laws or customs, and he inspired people to change with the times. Beg your pardon. So he inspired people to change with the times, and this is one of the reasons why he is considered one of the greatest. With this, dear friends, we spotted this lunar eclipse today, right? And this was the first lunar eclipse of 2018. We saw blue moon and blood moon, and this eclipse happened after 152 years, when you find this super moon, which is unusual proximity or nearness to the earth, and it was visible from all parts of our country. Ministry of Human Resource has got a very interesting scheme, and this is basically the vision of our Prime Minister to provide thrust to good quality technical and higher education in backward areas of the country. Now, how we can do this thing? What HRD ministry has done is basically they have recruited talented people from different IITs and NITs, and this 1200 plus youngsters, right, they are recruited as teachers, and now they will be working in this backward areas, and they will be providing education, quality education to all this all those students who are living in these areas or areas that are a bit backward in terms of other areas. So this is a very innovative way, and these youngsters, they will work as agents of change. They will bring openness and innovation and new methods of teaching and enthusiasm to serve country, and I'm sure that this will have a ripple effect. The other students who are trained by this teachers, they are going to be inspired, and this chain will go on, and this is what we want, right? We want people who can contribute in the development of our country. This is a very good example here, and they are, right, apart from their qualifications like MTech and PhDs, out of this 5,000 students applied for this thing, but finally 1,200 got selected, and this is working under this Technical Education Quality Improvement Project TEQIP3, and it is going to run till 2020. I'm sure it is going to be extended in the future as well. Bharat Parva concludes adopt a heritage. We talked about this thing. It is basically apni dharohar apni pehchan, and under this adopt a heritage, private sector companies or public sector companies or individuals, they can adopt a heritage site, and then they will look after this heritage site. These are your answers, dear friends. These are some new questions, and on your screen again the range of our pen drive and tablet courses. Make sure you check out studyiq.com, and don't forget to share this lecture with your friends as well. It helps them too, and I'll see you all soon. Till then, enjoy your studies. Jai Hind.